Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 5 stream. My name is Adam, I'm the community manager. With me, as always, and pictured in an animated form on your screen is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with our Canada CFHL Custom League game. Jeff, what's been happening? Or, catch us up for if you're tuning in for the first time and you have no idea what's going on.
Well, what we're doing here is just so we've had a few requests to play a custom game in OTP 5 instead of doing our usual
OTP 5.
OTP 5. FHM 5.
Wow,
I mean, we could do it in OTP 5. You can play a 15-year-old baseball game. I'm sure somebody would enjoy that. But anyhow, we've set up a custom league and we needed some sort of a format for this, so we decided to do it as the Canadian Football League. So 10 teams in Canada, one of which doesn't exactly actually exist yet, but good enough. We needed it to balance. And we're playing with something sort of vaguely similar to Canadian Football League rules. The number of non-Canadians is restricted. And the playoff format is as close as we could reasonably get it. Top three teams in each division make the playoffs. 2 and 3 play for the right to play the number 1 overall in the division, and the 2 division winners meet in, and I'm not even sure if I named it the Grey Cup, but in the championship, so I'll fix that if it isn't. But one thing we've done this week, Adam has gone to the trouble of going through and making a bunch of nice new uniforms for all the teams.
Absolutely.
So we've got...
And they are available on our forums if you are
interested. Yep, he's posted them there as well. The lovely orange on RBC Lions, and you can see,
well, I could have made them black, but I thought the orange was going to look good.
No, I always like the Lions orange uniforms.
No.
It's old school.
Sooners, give them a nice one.
Idea of what a few of those look like, but the problem we've got right now is we thought we had drafted reasonably well, but we're in 4th place out of the playoffs, although we've got a couple of games in hand over Winnipeg, who's the next one up from us. But this has not been a good start, and I think before we go any further, we need to kind of take a look at this and figure out what's going wrong here. So let's start out with the goalies. And not too impressive there. Our number 1 guy, the 4-star, I think it was 3.5 stars when we drafted him. He's up to 4 already. But 391 goals against average, 877 save percentage is backup. 2-star backup is actually doing much better and has been playing a little more often. But I think, if I remember correctly, I adjusted that last time. Oh, where am I going? Goalie starts. Yeah, I turned down the use of the backup, so we should, maybe manually intervene a little bit there, so we won't be getting him in quite as much, and hopefully that'll get our starter turned around.
Well, it's not going to hurt anything. I was saying in the chat, Jeff. I thought
we need a custom watermelon helmet for the riders. The Americans
just
are
a nice
very confused right now.
Bright pink helmet. I like it. I like it.
Okay, having a look at the stats. So Drummond, our big star, is doing fine. Point a game roughly. Game rating's way up, 78. So ton ice time. Face-offs is a little weak on, but and shooting percentage could be better. So maybe he's just a little unlucky. Polonich, I don't think was even on our first line, was he? Oh, yeah, we did have him there. Okay, so he's been picking up points. Our secondary scoring is not looking great. We've got a couple of guys hovering around half a point a game. Not getting much support from the D.
Well, what were you expecting?
Well, you're the one that insisted on drafting a bunch of 40-year-olds.
I did not. After we got there was like half-star guys left.
I think we need to review the
guys
tape
we could
on that.
And go look and go grab some guys out of the free agency, because that's about all that was left.
And game rating wise, the one guy who's not doing so hot is our half Australian center, Furby. But he's on the fourth line, so that's not going to hurt anything.
What's his nickname? We got just like Koala. Right?
Sure.
Come on.
We've got day-to-day on Stamler, one of the...
If you're in the chat and you think of some good nicknames for these guys, you gotta help Jeff get them fixed up.
We've already got the nickname on the elderly... what did I do with them? Oh, yeah, there we go. Marchenko. The elderly Latvian, sorry.
Which was, I can't remember.
It was literally that, the elderly Latvian.
Oh, right. I forgot. I do remember that now. That was good.
Okay, so... Can't see a lot I want to change. A little weak on the left wing. Let me just... do we have anything useful in the free agent pool?
I'm going to say probably not.
Actually, oh, it's all foreigners, that's why. But fortunately, we're not at our... We've got one foreigner allowed left. So
are you looking at Tobias Fornitsen?
Forsen or Aranen?
Markku Aranen.
Ratings-wise, it's looking... Oranen's older, but he's got...
You can see it here. Jeff wants the older guy.
Comparing Oranen and Forsen. Position-wide, pretty much the same.
One guy we have scouted A, and the other guy is B too, which is the only thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Oren's a little better defensively. That definitely stands out there. They're really close. Interesting, Oren's the older one. His physical ratings are all like 1 to 2 points higher, so I think we're kind of safe getting him. He's not going to tail off suddenly, and even if he does, he'll still be a little better than the other one. And the other guys are 2 stars and below. They're a little younger, but it's not like any of them have any unfulfilled potential. And Oranen is the guy we've got scouted to A, so I think that makes more sense there. So let's bring him in. He wants a no movement clause? Oh, good God. And he wants a 3-year, $5.7 million deal and a no movement clause? You're 32-year-olds and
not sign the 32-year-old guy.
Yeah, 32
years. He's going for the 28-year-old.
Yeah, let's see if he wants something a little less insane. No, he wants $4.3 million. At least he doesn't want any no movement clause. How much cap? We've got $51 million in cap space, so maybe I don't need to be worried about money that much. Still, that was a ridiculous contract to put on the 32-year-old, so I think we'll go with... let's lowball him a little bit, at least.
Well, you were talking about lowering the cap next year. Although, as the league grows, we'll probably be able to build up towards that.
Yeah.
But...
Oops. I had to meet demand instead of offering him the deal. And he's squeezing every penny out of me, but okay, 4.2. And he joins us immediately, which is good because we've got a empty spot at the moment because of injuries. Don't think we have anybody on the injury list. Oh, we do have somebody. Oh, right, Rempel, our best defenseman. We forgot about that, the fractured eye socket. Even though he hadn't been playing very well, he was still our best guy on D. So that explains why we're doing so weakly there. Okay, so Stammer out, Forcing in. Now what to do with the lines? I don't think... Okay, Furby can play left wing, but we don't really need that. Oh, and Herman can go to the right wing, so that just... Need to reward Furby because he's not playing well, but he fits there better than anybody else. And I think Forsen works better as a two-way forward than anybody else. Actually, let's put him as counter-attacking. Try that. So we need a little bit of offense there. I do, Keguru.
Hey guys, thanks for coming out.
Whoa, how did we wind up with our the elderly Latvian as our second line power play center? That's not good.
That's still the best nickname. I love it.
Okay, that's where the not so elderly Swede is going to go in. What were our special teams messed up? I gotta look at that.
They weren't good. I mean, Jeff, we're under 500, so.
Power play, yeah, third last in the league, and not like we're half of what the leaders are. Penalty killing, not great either.
This is not super important, but can we nickname Oliver Carson the not that Carlson? He's just not that.
I guess that works. Oliver.
Not that. And also Tyler Polinich. I think we should just call him Punchy.
It works, I guess.
Ooh, that's an excellent question, and that might be something we should look at adding, Jeff.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it would mechanically not be that difficult to do. I can't see a lot of people wanting to do it, though.
Well, I think that'd be a fun option, especially playing like... It would also be good to be able to name lines. So you want to bring back the hotline, you can have the hotline.
Yeah, I would like to do something like that. It's just because they move around, the lines change so much.
Or the crit line. Okay. Come on, Gudu, get some nicknames for me. I'm gonna keep looking here.
Don't think we're... It's probably mainly because we're missing our big defenseman there. Okay, so very minor changes, but let's see what that does against Toronto. Oops. Somebody's got to go down, and that will be Mativier. Because both the injured guys are going to be back fairly soon, I would hope. Send that out. And there we go, a 5-2 win.
Woohoo!
And not that Carlson first star with 2 points.
Oh, there we go. Stone should be nicknamed Pebbles.
There we go. Need to look at maybe adding the nickname display back in as an option right now.
I kind of feel like Mark Marcotte should just be nicknamed Frenchie as well.
I don't know, is that politically correct? Are we allowed to do that?
I don't. What's wrong with calling somebody Frenchie? I honestly don't know. I don't think it's that bad, is it?
Somebody's offended, I'm sure.
Well, I don't mean it as he's from Quebec. It's just.
Is he actually from Quebec? I didn't even see. And we beat Edmonton 4-0.
He's from La Prairie.
And Furby improves at left wing slightly. Stone is almost back, so maybe we're turning it around here.
Gudu, we need. Oh, because we're giving these guys nicknames. Gudu, we need to get a name for this guy. Pateri Hume.
Hume.
The Finn.
Gotta be something you can do with Hume.
Pateri Hume.
And Ottawa fired their coach. It was a great name, Eskel Wendell. And we've almost got Stamler and Stone back, at which point, oh no, Stone's only like a fourth liner.
Okay, should we?
And a 4-3 overtime win, 3 in a row.
Okay, we got Jared Carl. We maybe should just nickname Carl's Bad.
Okay, Stone's back. Carl, where's...
His head is literally on fire. There's a name you gotta figure out. Yes, where'd it go? Torben Hansen. The Dane.
And I don't think we had Stone on any other lines. No, okay. Oh, come on. Derek Stone just got back from an injury and he's immediately out again.
That's what happens.
He's 36, so he's not young. Yeah, he strained his groin again twice in a row. What are you doing, Stone? Or do I want to know? Stone is out, and the elderly Latvian goes back in. It's amazing how that guy's holding on. Okay, going for 4 in a row. And finally we lose. Calgary up next, and we lose again. Okay, not good, not good. Although we outshot them 45-33. Anybody sticking out is not performing well. Wow, Sauvé, defenseman, 42 game rating. Herm, the nicknameless Finn, 47. So 4 points out of a playoff spot. We haven't really moved from where we were. I think we were maybe not using these import slots very well.
Maybe not as well as we could be.
Yeah, I mean, well, Hermes only 22. I can give him room to develop, but I'm wondering if the elderly Latvian needs to be replaced. Oh, there's really nobody better than 1.5 stars. Boris the Russian.
You give me a hard time.
Okay, we're going to go with Boris the Russian to replace the Latvian. Oh, wait, not too many foreigners in active roster. Can't do that yet. Have to drop him down to the reserve team. See, Boris the Russian or Boris the Animal? Which one do we go with?
Sorry, what was the choices?
Boris the Russian or Boris the Animal?
Animal. Always got to be the animal.
Boris the Animal Rezov. Okay, so slightly better usage of our import spots. See, I mean, you kind of highlights what happens when you play with a European team in FHM, which is really the only place where you have to deal with import rules. You've got to use those. Well, I guess Canadian Junior as well, but you have to use those spots.
Well, you also got
effectively
European leagues that deal with it too, like the Swiss League.
Yeah. Did I not? Wait,
Now, Jeff, in
Stammer.
non-news, but I know you're a fan of classic things, so are you excited to see New Coke is coming back?
Wait, did it go away?
New Coke?
Well, I thought that wasn't Coke class. Oh, right. I forgot to say I never drink it. I like Coke One, so I ignore the other stuff.
What is Coke One? I don't even understand. You're using words that don't even make sense anymore.
Or Coke Zero. I mean, I was only off by one. Jeez.
What? I drink Coke One. What is Coke One?
It's one better than Coke Zero, obviously.
You see what I have to deal with?
Yeah. Life's rough.
It is when it comments like that. Coke One. I don't even know what to say to that.
I got no idea where that came from. Okay,
guys, you want some Coke One? Yeah, I'll have some Coke One.
Boris the Animal can start on the fourth line. Don't think we have any use for them on special teams. Okay,
oh,
I think.
Man. Okay, we got a new nickname here, Jeff.
We got a Hansen. Well, come on, we got a Hansen. He's playing hockey, and we're going to name him after the band.
Yeah, how could you not? And yes, again, everybody on here, Coke One. Wow, exactly. You're not living it down.
No, and you threw me off when you said I like
New
classic
Coke?
stuff, and you were going in that direction. I thought you were going to ask me about classic World of Warcraft coming back.
No, I was talking about for Stranger Things. Apparently, they're bringing back a limited run of New Coke, which is something I never really had a chance to try before. So I'm curious.
I'm missing something here.
Coke One. I think we should change the name of the stream to the Coke One.
You're not going to let it go, are you?
Absolutely.
Why would I even ask that? It's how many years and you're still going with the Messier stuff?
I didn't even bring up his name. Amazing.
Okay, now there we go. It's a number thing. Okay, slowly continuing our climb back towards 500. That's weird. Have I got to try doing this? There we go. Finally lets me onto the play game screen. And a 5-4 loss to Edmonton. All that trouble and still no better results, although I saw our Swedish guy got a couple of goals.
You do. That's why Jeff hates the elderly Latvian.
Wait, I don't see the connection between the elderly Latvian and Messier. What am I missing?
Old guy playing for BC who you feel is taking away something from everybody else.
Ah, there we go. Well, BC just beat Winnipeg in the game, so there.
You didn't even show off. Look at those beautiful Winnipeg jerseys. Oh man, they're so good.
Okay, there we go. Coke 1 is now set as my nickname. You happy now, Guru? Okay, shuffle the line up slightly. Maybe change Sauve out for Marcotte. And can we win 2 in a row? No, we can get a tie. Because we don't have any overtime or shooter. No, we've got overtime in this league, we don't have shootouts. And we beat Edmonton 3-2 in overtime. But naturally, we've got another player injured. Stamler, it's only bruised knee for a couple of weeks, so he can go out, and the younger guy, Doyle, can go in. Oh, wait. Doyle should switch with the... Boards the animal. Okay, there we go. And you were saying in your other game, Adam, that the other stream, your fitness levels were getting super low. Mine seem to be doing okay here. See, I'm 100 most of the way. And
yeah, mine are. But again, we figured out what one of the problems might be off stream.
What was that?
That was, I missed that my trainer retired.
Oh, right. Yeah. I remember that. That may have something to do with it, yeah.
So we'll see if that helps.
And the end-of-year player poll results. Daryl Drummond, our guy, is the fastest player in the league. But we don't get mentioned on anything else.
I think you got to put... He's our superstar. He's got to have a good nickname.
Yeah, come up with one. Development
Daryl
report.
Drummond.
Oh boy, a lot of guys going downhill on development. Well, you can see the average age on most of these guys. 30, 33, 34, 38, 39. At least the younger ones are still improving. Polonich up a couple of points. Gonna try and get the starting goalie hot. 2-1 win over Ottawa. That'll help. Although we outshot them 48-14, so we're doing something right here. Oh, Ottawa's the worst team in the league, that's why. And the owner is saying we're disappointing.
Okay, I got it.
What have you got?
What if we call Daryl Drummond, his nickname is Strawberry?
What, for Daryl Strawberry?
Yeah.
Nah, that's lame.
Daryl Strawberry Drummond?
Yeah, you got to work with Drummond, but the only thing I can think of Drummond related is different strokes, so.
I was trying to think of an Office reference as well.
And taking another shot at reaching 500. 3-2, I think I'll... How many games have we got here? When we hit about 50, I'll go back and take another look through the stats and see if we've managed to improve anything significant.
Come on, chat. You're not being very helpful with nicknames.
To win, and we've hit 500.
Huzzah. Oh, yeah, that was...
Another game against Ottawa, so this should be a win. Yep, 5-1 win. Drummond 3 assists. Brignani 2 goals and an assist. Okay, we're turning this around now. I totally haven't jinxed us by saying that, have I?
Never.
Nope, 3-2 win against the Atlantic Schooners. Uh-oh, Drummond is day-to-day now. Oh, but he can still play, so do I leave him in and risk the injury?
Yes.
Yeah, because we're barely hanging on to 500 as it is. Our backup goalie cooled off, try to get him hot again. 2-2 tie. Oh, it looks like Toronto... Did they... Yeah, they tied it with the goalie out. 50 seconds left in the game. So we blew a point there. Our goalie did stop 39 or 37 shots, though, so...
Not enough.
And Charles-Olivier Martin is gone as the coach of Montreal. How are they doing? Oh, second to last. AI in this one seems a little aggressive about dumping coaches. See, the problem is we're way above 500, but Winnipeg keeps winning too, so they're still 3 points ahead of us. And a 5-0 shutout over Toronto. Drummond is almost 100% back. We had a couple of days off there, so I'm thinking, yeah, pretty much 100% all the way down the roster, except for Drummond, who comes back a little lower because of the injury. He's going to need to play himself back into shape. And that costs a 6-2 loss against Edmonton. Uh-oh. Boris the Animal has gone down.
Oh, no.
Torn rib cage muscle. Ouch. Sounds painful.
Throwing all those punches.
Fortunately, Stamler is healthy again, and he can go right back into that slot. And Boris the Animal's going to the injury list. We at 50 games yet, 2 more. On the road in Calgary, and we get shut out 4-0. Starting to slide backwards here, guys. It's not good. But a 1-0 shutout over Saskatchewan in game number 50. Oh, trade deadline coming up too. It'll be our first one in this league. So 50 games in, we've got we're only 1 point behind Winnipeg, but 3 games in hand, so I think we're ahead on winning percentage. Firing a coach probably wouldn't be a bad idea when I'm the GM coach. Wouldn't be a good idea, rather. The goal is, yes, see, the goalie
you
is...
could hypothetically just hire somebody, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I could. But then that takes away control of a lot of stuff from us, and no fun doing that. This is weird. The number one guy still has significantly worse stats than the backup goalie, but he's got a winning record, and the backup has a losing one. Figure that out. So he's getting support, and the backup isn't.
Oh, wow. Sock is just hurt.
Ouch.
Wow.
Okay, so Drummond still...
Coke 1 is coming in for a hard landing.
Game, see, we're really missing the defensive scoring with our top guy out. I hope he's back soon. Forcing the Swedish guy, 11 points in 22 games, so reasonable start. And I've got to go to the injury list to see how Boris the Animal is doing. 4 points in... Oh, no, that's the defenseman. 1 point in 15 games. 18 penalty minutes at least, so he's trying to live up to the name, sort of.
He's doing what he can.
Events, that's what I'm looking for. Trading deadline is February 1st. We are 4 days from there. On the trading block around the league is nobody better than half a star and only 2 guys with potential better than half a star. And he's, oh, that guy, yeah, he's 28, but 2-star potential and half-star right now. He's never going to see that 2 stars. So there is pretty much absolutely nothing there. I think we need to... One thing with starting a new custom game, there's not much depth in the league, so probably need to play a few years so that fills in a little bit better. And the elderly Derek Stone, 36 years old, has declined to half a star. So I think he's getting swapped out with our Finnish guy.
Jeff, just because we talked about this before.
Yep.
Can you go to the Saskatchewan Roughriders team and edit?
Edit.
We're going to give him a new helmet color. Actually, wait. Let me test this first. Hold on. I got to make sure this works. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll be back.
Okay.
I don't want to get the wrong color here.
Like a bright red or something?
Hold on.
Trading block, I don't really have a lot to... move here. Gonna have to stick with this, I guess. Do one win against Toronto. Give the starter
That's
the
odd. I can't seem to change the color for some reason.
Oh, it's because you've got the custom. It's part of the custom graphic. It would only change the color if you were using default graphics. You need to re-edit. You need to edit it into your. Or are you trying to do that?
That's what I'm trying to do.
You probably have to reload your game.
No, it's not letting me put the numbers in. I can't type anything either. Although I wonder if I can do this.
And another win, 4-3 over Winnipeg, and I believe that will put us, yep, we're into third and a playoff spot.
Okay, I gotta check this now. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, it's so perfect.
Nice watermelon red color, or what have you done to them?
Yeah, I got the perfect number for you.
Okay, well, oh, you got it working?
Yeah, I did. I had to use screen color kit, so I'll send you the link. to make it work on mine. But I can give you the number as well. I'll post it there for everybody else too. It's wild watermelon. So it's color number FC6C85.
Why isn't it letting me edit that?
Yeah, that's what was the issue I had. I said I had to use the screen capture or pick screen color, and then it worked.
I've got nothing to pick though.
I just sent you the link on.
Oh, I see what you want me to do. Yeah. Okay.
Or even on Discord, you should be able to color it from that, because it's showing the pink there on it on the link preview.
I think I can do this. There we go. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but I got it.
Why are the riders so bad in this game too? Because the riders are bad all the time. Look at how good it looks. It looks amazing with those jerseys.
Okay. There we go. I think it works.
I think it's great. I've been reading about the California Golden Seals a bunch with the book, and man, it's talking about when he had the skates that were painted so much.
Okay, you have to explain now for the non-Canadians why we did that. Otherwise, it just looks like we're just arbitrarily sticking them with a pink helmet.
Because Saskatchewan Roughriders fans often wear watermelons on their heads.
Why no one besides them really understands, but it's just a thing they do.
Sockful of Nichols is in the chat, and I happen to know he is from Saskatchewan. So if he can explain it better. What is that book? Let me just see if I can Google it. It came out a year or two ago. It's a really good read. Yeah, The California Golden Seals. A tale of white skates, red ink, and one of the NHL's most outlandish teams.
Just checking our stats leaders here. We got Drummond is in the top 10 for goals and assists and points, and we've almost got Bignani to the penalty minute lead. Which is a little sad because he's our number 3 or 4 scorer, but
Now that's a book I've never heard of before. I'm curious on that.
maybe a little bit more than 15 years, because I remember living in Calgary like 2004 and going to a Stampeders Riders game, and they were doing it then. Well, I guess that is 15 years right on the nose, but didn't seem like it was a new thing to them then.
Kudu, is your BC team? Oh, you just mean us in general. Never mind. Yeah, well, that's the line. Jeff, have you heard of this book before? As I'm just looking on WHA Game Day, 1972 to 79 game program stories from the archives of the WHA Hall of Fame.
No, what is it? Just like a compilation of old programs?
I think it's part of it, but I don't know. I'm very interested by it. It's only $27.
And looks like Winnipeg waived their backup goalie. He wound up in Ottawa. And we've got Drummond slightly injured. That's not good. So to fix that, go ahead.
It just sounds like it is a bunch of stuff that they have, like, and I've taken all the stories from a bunch of them to.
Yeah, there seems to be a few of those books out there that are just sort of like data dumps from.
That's kind of cool. That might be worth.
WHA documents. I've got one, and it's mostly just stats, and it's in like this tiny, impossible to read little print. I've been trying to use it to update some of the WHA ratings in the historical, and it's a pain to work with.
Sockful of Nichols, I'm about kind of halfway done maybe a little more of that book. And I would definitely recommend it. It's a good book. Especially when it's talking about how bad the ownership was for some of the stuff.
And speaking of Saskatchewan, just think, if the team had moved, Saskatoon would have a team in the final right now.
Yeah, because that would have lasted.
What, you don't think the Blues would have lasted in Saskatoon when they...
No, I do not.
One of the rare times where Harold Ballard had a better idea of what was going on in the rest of the league, because he was fighting that hard when the whole idea came up. That was what, 80?
Being that Winnipeg lost their team, Quebec lost their team, I would not recommend that.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't have been fun for you guys if Winnipeg had lost the team and Saskatoon had kept theirs.
There's no way they would have not. If you're looking for other good books too, Sackful, Hockey 365 is a good one. Haven't read it yet, but it's on my list, is Down Goes Brown, History of the NHL. Ken Reed's One Night Only is also a good read about guys who basically had one shot in the NHL. And a book I've talked about multiple times on the stream before was Hockey Night Fever. It's all about the 70s, and it's also a very good read.
The One Night guy sounds interesting. I've been running into, maybe pick that up because I have to rate a lot of those guys. I've been going back through and redoing some of the historical ratings to get them up to the modern standard. I've gone through about 30 years so far.
Yeah, it's a good read. It's really fascinating because, well, I said one of the guys I was a guy who I knew a little bit about was Brent Cron. You might remember him, Jeff.
Yeah, goalie.
Goalie, played for the Calgary Hitmen, was drafted in the top 10 and played one game in the NHL. Got injuries, just derailed his career.
Yeah, I remember him in Calgary.
Yeah. And of course, it also includes the one game of one of the very important guys would be Don Cherry. Yep. And if you're looking just for a
playoff game,
good fun kind of read too, which a book I know kind of, or well, it's two books now because the sequel is released. Hockey Card Stories by Ken Reed of Sportsnet, or formerly Sportsnet. I don't remember if he's still.
Not sure.
But really good book where he's just looking at the back of hockey cards and talking about how funny it is because one of them he has like a card from like 15 years later and it's a picture of the guy from his rookie year. It's just like, oh yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. But
Ranger Fever by Marv. See, I wouldn't have pictured Marv Albert as a big writer. Mostly about the hairpiece. There's one good Ranger book. Vic Hadfield, the captain in the early 70s, kept a diary for a whole season. I think I've got that somewhere on the shelf behind me here. The whole 72-73 season, because it starts off with the Summit Series with the Russians. And it just goes day by day, and you can get an idea of what the NHL... don't know if you can find it anywhere. It might be on like a used bookstore or Amazon or something. It's called Vic Hadfield's Diary. And just day by day of how hockey worked in those days.
I said that we've talked about it before, and I can't remember. Just taking a quick look here. Vic Hadfield's Diary from Moscow to the Playoffs.
Yep, that's the one.
Is available for $8 on Amazon. Oh, yeah. Wait, no. Never mind. By use, $33 plus shipping.
Oh, is that one of the ones where are you looking at the Canadian Amazon and getting a crazy price?
Yeah. Well, that's just what's cost. But I was going to say, one of the stories in Hockey Night Fever, and I said, I know I talked about it before, was, what's the name of one of the big announcers on NBC? He was just doing the golf on the weekend.
Bob Costas?
Yeah, I think it was Bob Costas was calling games in the minor leagues for hockey. Lots of those guys called hockey.
Yeah, that's right. I think Costas started calling minor league hockey in somewhere in New England.
Well, I said we talked about this when we were playing our Jets one because I think that was about the time, and said he made fun of the guy who was the bully in Slapshot about because the guy was asking why he's reading the paper, and he told him he'd read it for him. And it said it took like basically the whole team holding them back so he didn't get killed.
Smart move, Bob.
But I said really lots of good fun stories. I said you'll learn a lot. Another book again on my shelf waiting to be read is WHA book, Rebel League, the short and unruly life of the World Hockey Association.
Yeah, I've heard that's
also
good.
a really good book. Yeah.
She's 1-2 months still on both of our long-term injured guys. I did hire a trainer, didn't I?
I don't know.
Yes, oh, well, he's there. He's nearing retirement. He's 62, so maybe he's not all that interested in getting the guys back. But another 5-4 win against Saskatchewan. We've actually turned this season around reasonably well. 6-point lead over Winnipeg. And we'd be in second place if we were in the other division. Another fairly reasonable development report. Just haven't looked at our farm team. See if any of these guys are coming along. A few guys to 1 star. There's nothing there. That's going to take a couple of seasons to get straightened out.
Plus, we got the big American expansion coming.
Oh, we're going to do that, are we?
No, not until we get a couple seasons in. I think kind of got to build that out a bit.
Not sure how well that's going to work with our import rules. I think to do that I would have to change. Although we could we could still have American teams, but
no Canadians. It's not hurt anything.
Yeah, with the Canadian Americans as foreign players, and another 4-2 win over Winnipeg. So I think we got that playoff spot. Oh, Carlson was back, and he should have put him in. Whoops. And an easy 7-1 win over Calgary. So we're getting hot at the right time here.
Well, that's good.
Still be nice to have those 2 injured guys back at some point. We're not really going to get a run at home advantage unless Calgary really falls apart down the stretch. So they're up 12 points on us right now. Man, losing to Edmonton doesn't help.
Rarely does.
Nor does losing to Winnipeg. Come on, don't start to lose now. Okay, there we go. 7-3 bounce back win against Winnipeg. Looks like Furby has turned his season around a little bit. He's up to 14 goals now.
P-Log, there's no wings in this.
Yeah, there are no wings in this game. You have to wait for next week for that one. Four over Hamilton. I got a that role Herman is in. Is there nothing he can do better than up and down winger? Oh wow, no, he's terrible at everything. Almost tempted to pull somebody up in the farm team and replace him. And goalie's heating up nicely. We win again against Hamilton, and he's up to 3 stars. So keep on rolling into the playoffs. See if I can get us up to there before we wind this up. Nope, still a 12-point gap. And wait, what's the schedule length? Oh, we got 3 games. It's a 78-game schedule. And somebody's hurt. Not great. It's Han, who's somewhat important.
Should give someone a Wings nickname.
Oops, did that wrong. Sarm is on the... I've completely messed this up. Okay, Han goes for Stamler. There we go. I think that's what I was trying to do. Yep. And we beat Calgary, but that's probably not going to matter. And the last game of the season against the Atlantic Schooners. 3-3 tie. We finish at 40-29-9. I'd call that a fairly decent season.
I think
the
so.
other teams finish up here.
Question for you in the chat there,
Jeff.
Jeff.
How's the Custom League experience been? Yeah, it's different. There's a few things to get used to. I have to maybe see about if we can increase the player pool a little bit at the start. Just because there's not a lot of room to maneuver for making trades or anything when there's not that many decent players in the league. Checking the award nominees. Oh, Polonich got nominated for Rookie of the Year. Didn't even realize he was a rookie. Although the whole league is a rookie technically, other than the age-limited guys.
Yeah.
And take a very quick look. Our injured guys are only a week or two away, so they may actually be of some use in the playoffs. Stats summary: Drummond with an 85-point season, Polonich 71. Pignani, the winger on that line, 58 points, but 134 penalty minutes. Han, the guy who was just injured, did okay. Oh, yeah, Furby turned to season. No, he's still got that terrible. His game rating actually went down. So is he just not playing D at all? Something's giving him bad game ratings. And yeah, Oliver Karlsson is definitely not that Karlsson. 23 points in 73 games. And it looks like the starting goalie finally got on track towards the end of the year and got his goals against average under 3. And just a quick look to see how the... yeah, not much scoring on the farm team. Goalies did reasonably well. How did the elderly Latvian? The elderly Latvian had a few points after we sent him down, not met that many. Wouldn't be surprised if he retires. But let's just get that up to the next game. Oops. Oh, guy with a fractured eye socket is ready to start practicing again at least. And so is Boris the Animal. And it looks like we've got... Wait, what? Wait, did we get an actual crossover here? Or is it... Oh no, I guess I got the playoffs set up in this. I set them up wrong. I did the top 6 teams in the league instead of...
Divisions?
Yeah, wait, Atlantic and Edmonton, that makes sense. They've got the buys. But then it's Winnipeg playing Calgary. Oh, yeah, it does have a CFL style crossover. I didn't think it did. Oh, but it didn't exactly do it because... I'm trying to figure out how that worked. Toronto
Maybe
is numbered...
took the top teams.
Yeah, it should be... Yeah, it took the top 4 teams. Okay.
Johnny M. 36. This is a custom league game that we based on the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, just seeing what we do with a custom game in the FHM. So we set it up with a Canadian Football League format with limited number of import players, 10 teams. Which is
They're not actually playing football, they are playing hockey.
Yep.
We just took their names and logos.
So anyhow, that's what the playoff setup looks like. We get Toronto in the first round. Still trying to figure out exactly how that worked. Yeah, I guess it's the top 4.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah, then because Toronto would be in the middle and Winnipeg's at the bottom. So, and oh yeah, okay. See, it looks like it's doing it sort of like the old school NHL did in the 30s, I think. The top 2 teams are going to play play each other. And then the winner out of the rest of us is going to go to the championship game against them. So it'll be, yeah, it's definitely different.
More fun this way. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for tuning in to another Franchise Hockey Manager 5 stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments. If you want to reach out to us, you can reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we're at Franchise Hockey. Or you can come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which brings you to our official forums. And you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of the Park Baseball, Perfect Team, or anything else you want to talk about. Jeff, did I miss anything?
No, I don't think so, other than we haven't had a playoff sale yet, and we're kind of running out of playoffs in which to have one, so logic would seem to dictate that there would be one coming up soon, so keep your eyes open for that.
I can never confirm or deny that.
No, but
Jeff, start.
Just logically, you would think that's what would be coming very soon, like say in the next 2 days or so. Just saying.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll be back next week with our Quebec Nordique series, which we are in 2021-2022. And, well, Jeff will hopefully actually be there this time to look over all of our trades we made and
I believe I will, yes.
Terrible and whatever else.
Okay, thanks everybody, and we will see you next week.